Okay, guys, we are back with another gaming episode in our gaming series for Shellonomics. We are going to be playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Game Boy. For a full playthrough, we're back with our good friend Sura Bushido. So when did you first encounter this Game Boy game? Did you get to play it as a kid? For me, I played it as a kid. My cousin had it. It was just hard to play Game Boy games because if you didn't have that certain big light at your family's house, or it was like daytime, it was really hard to play.
Yeah. I didn't own this one as a kid, but it was like my neighbor's older brother had it when it was new, and he wasn't touching it anymore. And at some point, I was over at the neighbor's house, and I got a chance to play it, and I pretty much beat it that afternoon, and was like, "Wow, this would have been a really cool game to have when I was like 5."
Oh gosh, yeah. The replay, I mean,
Yeah.
it's such a short game. It's probably just only be maybe a 30, 40 minutes podcast, but just the replay value in this is so high because actually, I want to hear what your thoughts are on why this game is still has very good replay value in 2025.
Well, this game is essentially Kung Fu for NES, where you got the people coming from either side at you to attack you, and you're attacking them back from the middle of the screen, but with more platforming. And so it's not quite the arcade beat 'em up experience you got at an arcade or the mall or the theater or whatever in 1989, but it is a very arcadey beat 'em up kind of experience for early Game Boy that pulled it off really well. Like, it stuck to its guns and did what it knew how to do, and it did it well.
I agree all the way. Plus, the music's good. I like how you can throw a throwing star in the bottom too. I don't think you can do that in the other Game Boy games. Boss battles are cool. I won't spoil who the final boss is, but just were you shocked that that character was the final boss in this game compared to other games?
It's a little bit kind of interesting. I normally it doesn't really happen that way, but it's a neat change up.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too, and the same characters in the final boss in the second game too. So I don't know if it was a different designer or maybe they just enjoyed that character a little more. And yeah, so
Right.
whenever you're ready, we'll get into Ninja Turtles Game Boy.
Okay, cool. As far as I know, there's no real huge differences between the North American and the Japanese version, so we're just going to play the North American version today
Sounds great.
for this game. So no, we don't want to quit the game. There we go. So Ultra Games is a subsidiary of Konami because you could only do so many games per year back in the day. So 1990 Konami, there we go. Okay, so this game's really cool. You
Wow.
can choose whatever stage you want from the beginning, which is probably another part of its replayability value right there. If you're a kid and you want to practice stage 2, you could practice stage 2 as many times as you want. Or, you want to go straight to the end, you can. Now, that said, if you want to get the true ending of the game, you have to play through all 5 stages in order. So we're going to start with stage 1. And the ending isn't really that big of a deal, but I'm going to show you anyway.
Yeah, I like the little cutscenes and whatnot. And do you have a certain turtle you like better? Do you notice any reach when it comes to Leo and Don with the sword and staff compared to Raph with his quick attack?
I've tested their range just kind of playing around in the game, and I'm pretty sure they all have the exact same range. It's just that Leo and Dawn, because of the way their weapons look at rest, it makes you feel safer. So, like, psychologically, you can get in that danger and hit a little bit better. Where when you're playing as Michelangelo or Raphael, like, you're used to a shorter range, so like you're being more careful just
Oh
automatically.
yes,
But
exactly.
they're all pretty much the same in this game, which is another reason why it's great for like kids or anybody just playing casually. You just choose your favorite turtle and go. I'm gonna go ahead and we've got 5 stages, I think they said. So one of these turtles is gonna get played twice, but I'm gonna play as every turtle today.
Awesome.
So I played this on just the regular old Game Boy mode right here, not Game Boy Color, not Game Boy Pocket or anything, because this game, the assets don't really lend itself that well to a really good colorization. And I feel like with everything supposed to be kind of like, green Ninja Turtles and gritty and ooze and city and sewers, I think they really did well with like the Game Boy green color palette to put a decent game together graphically.
What's incredible too is just again the passion of Konami and just most of these games had to start during the only the 5-part mini series you can call it because again those little drone coppers are only in one episode. It's when they're they want to find new equipment with Baxter Stockman in episode 3, and then you never see him again.
Right? Exactly. So we got our X90s rocks. I remember there was like an X station. Oh, was that K90s? Is that what that says? I thought it said X, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So hopping down into the sewer now. These stages are actually kind of long for like a Game Boy game, like little beat 'em up thing. But I'm just pressing an attack button and a jump button. It's just a basic 2-button game. When I duck, I can throw shuriken, and I have as many shuriken as I want. You see, they don't always kill someone in one hit.
What I like
they
too
are
is
good for range.
I also like how this game is very pizza friendly, and for some reason, if you are a kid and you're playing this and you struggle, there are some save points pretty much in this game as well. So if you were to unfortunately get a game over here, I believe you'd start at the spot of this sewer spout, and you wouldn't have to go through that first section again. Now, what the heck just happened? Bonus.
A bonus game. I generally don't play these, but I know this one's right here. Power up, leave 1 remaining. So this one you have to somehow leave 1 shuriken remaining for Krang.
Oh, and you guys each go one at a time?
Yeah, and I guess he just gets to choose which ones he wants. I don't know.
Okay. I think I may have seen one bonus game prior to this, and I was very shocked.
He left 1 left, so I lost. See, so it's kind of dumb. It's probably really simple, and I've never played games like that before, so I just don't know it.
Well, what's crazy too is
like guess the number between 1 and 199 or 999. Like guess the number between 1 and 999. You have 10 tries. And it has like a confusing way of telling you whether to go bigger or smaller.
Wow.
Watch out for the cars here. You can jump over them.
Oh, that's nice. If you are... So, just to confirm for anybody listening on Spotify and YouTube here or watching the playthrough, you do not get any upgrades for those bonus games, right? The points don't do anything for 1-ups. You don't get any weapon upgrades.
They'll give you HP back.
Oh, okay.
Depending on your score. And I'm full HP right now, so it doesn't even matter.
Right.
So like this pizza, I could like avoid it if I wanted to. Jump over the car. Thrown. Oh, got hit there. That's okay.
Yeah, I just think this game's great. And it's funny how the first level just feels so long, too. I mean, with all these little stages. We're already in, like, I guess you almost call it the 3rd act of level 1.
Right, yeah. Once we get through here, though, we'll get to the boss of this stage. All right, now this boss is... No, wait, actually, there's another... Yep. I forgot. There's another sewer before the boss.
This is a long grind, this level here.
Yeah, it's like a part 4 of this stage. Yeah. They really made these stages long. Yeah. But it's okay. Like, if this was... Like, one of these stages, when you can choose what stage you're playing, is long enough for, like, a really short sort of just Game Boy session. So, it's not the end of the world. It's just, you know, if you want to play the same way you would play a mobile game now. Yeah. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. Got hit by a falling debris.
I love the Mouser walking animation too. It reminds me of that old toy, the Wacky Action toys we had growing up as kids.
Yeah, the Wacky Action and the Mouser's like 2/3 the size of the turtle. Yeah. I remember those. It was like wind up.
Yeah, that was like the only one I think people liked too from that series. Because a lot of them were kind of like Michelangelo had his tongue sticking out with a random like spinning thing, but the Mouser and he was the only one I think that was cool though. The Splinter one was weird. I think he was like crawling on the ground.
I had the Donatello one, and that one could swim, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I just put him in like the bathroom sink or something and fill it with water.
Yeah, or if you're as a kid, you know, used to have bath toys. I never needed bath toys. I just used my turtles, and it was cool seeing Donnie's legs. Here we go, Rocksteady.
Strap.
You just swatted those like a fly. Wow, you can swat bullets with your sword.
I'm not even moving out of the way. Like I said, perfect. Like this game, if it was in color and on the NES, would have been like the perfect like NES game for like little kids getting into Turtles. Like this is what, like I feel like people who are traumatized, like, and I say this in a joking way, traumatized by the original NES TMNT, would have had a much better time playing this as a kid instead.
Oh yeah, I just love the artwork. Even the design on Rocksteady there was fantastic. He's got the helmet. That's what I prefer Rocksteady with, his helmet. I was always a little disheartened when I see him now without his helmet, but I always thought that made him look more tougher. But
The helmet is
anyways,
pretty cool.
yeah.
So Donatello was in that last cutscene, so which was modeled after what the first episode of the series or something.
Yep.
So we're gonna choose Donnie for this, and same attacks. Jump button, attack button, dive kick, shuriken. Same range as Leonardo. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And then here are these. If I'm just holding forward already and don't delay, then I can just walk right under. I can just walk right underneath them without getting squished.
Oh, thank God, because those do pack a punch. I've struggled with those back in the day. If that thing smacks you,
Yeah,
look up.
like I'm just already holding forward before it comes up. So like I'll wait for it to come down. Hold on, and there we go.
Yeah, because you're losing.
So I was just holding forward up against it before it even went up. So a guy buys you just enough time to get underneath.
I like those mosh put foot soldiers too. I thought that was pretty, just really cool. And instead of just having them all just do the same thing, walk, some jump. Again, Konami put a lot of passion behind this Turtle franchise. I mean, how blessed are we that they actually had this franchise for games? Because we've seen a lot of games that were, mainstream cartoons or movies, and they turn out to be what a lot of the retro community calls jank. And I don't really recall any of these games being jank whatsoever for Turtles.
No, like I have some that are like not my favorite, but none of them are like really jank. Even the original NES one, it has stuff that works from other games that are good, just kind of mixed into it all at once. Like you have some Konami elements, some Castlevania elements, some Metal Gear elements. There's like a samurai game with an overhead thing and a side-scrolling part that they use assets from that never came to America. That they use assets from for that game. So it's pretty interesting, and I think it's just the mishmash that throws people off.
Yeah, and I think it's because I would say too, if you look back at the Nintendo one, at least like even this game, it's because of the pace of the game. You can't go too fast. Most people are used to. Well, that guy looks. Where'd that fire guy? That's a new character.
Yeah, you got a little face and everything.
Yeah. Just to finish off on the Turtles. Oh, nice pizza there. Nice jumping. Oh, we get a full one too. Just because I think people are used to beat 'em ups and you're used to just mindless beating in that game, in Turtle games, and you can't do that in the Nintendo one. If you do that, you're gonna get crushed because there's gonna be way too many enemies coming at you.
I agree with you. If like you see me ever streaming Turtles 1 on NES, you see that I play it in a very patient kind of way.
Right.
I'm always like strategizing and stuff. It's not quite the opposite of a speed run, but it's just the way that it's just the best strategy for when you're not speed running and you wanna beat the game. So just have some patience, load up on scrolls, things like that. And get good with your jumps.
And the same thing in this game too, kind of right. It depends on how you hit the ball. Here we go. Here comes Bebop. Nice kick to the head. Did you just swat, or did you take that hit with that gun? It looks like you're
No,
almost.
well, I took one hit, but then I swatted the other one.
Oh, you can, just like Rockstar. I didn't know you could do that either. Wow.
Yeah, you can, but like when he punches, he's gonna run through, and he punched every time this time, so I didn't have a chance to just hang out. But there are times where like when you hit him, he doesn't punch and he'll just run backwards. At least that's how I remember it. But he punched every time, so who cares?
Yeah.
All right, we got all four turtles in a cutscene here. Looks sort of like the intro right before the title again.
No, exactly. Just watching you play this makes me want to play this one again. I always like this one. And what's nice too is they give you full health again too. So if you're able to survive that boss fight, you come back with full health.
Exactly. So I'm playing as Raphael now. You're gonna see like right there, like he doesn't look like he has as much range as Donatello, but there's like these dudes I'm taking out, and it's just as casual and just as far away. So the actual attack animation, the whoosh of that weapon, it has the same range, no matter who you're playing as.
I do like that he twirls his sai around too. It's pretty cool. Again, just little details like that, just for I don't know, gamers like us, I believe, go a long way. You can just tell they care about this game.
Right, and you saw that dude come up and throw those blocks at me. I was able to hit those back at him. Unlike the arcade game, it doesn't take him out, but it does keep me safe.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, right. You cannot take him out, unfortunately.
So You can knock a surprising amount of stuff out of the way. I don't need that pizza, but I felt like having it. So
Yeah.
these backgrounds are pretty cool too, and the scrolling is nice. Like you have the immediate background with the railing of the freeway while we're on top of this truck. You got the city behind it with the clouds.
Oh
It
yeah,
probably looks even better on a tiny Game Boy screen where you can't see like the edges of the pixels so well.
absolutely. Again,
So
one
you
that
see there's some close calls there where it looks like I don't know, did I get hit or not? And I have to like
it looks like you get
I have to
points
check
though
my
too for
life
picking up
actions.
that pizza. I don't know. I mean, in case anybody, I never was somebody who wants high score, but it looks like if you do get that pizza, they give you a couple points. I'm noticing.
Oh yeah. So I guess for high score players, getting those pizzas is essential.
And a super
All
quick
right.
level here. I love how that first level is so fast, and once again, you're able to just swat. Well, again, especially with Baxter, swat away his bullets. Wow.
Yeah, just his bullets are coming down from when he's in the corner, and then he swoops down to the middle. And as he swoops down to the middle, I hit him, and during his iframes, he doesn't hurt me. So I can just kind of like barely move back and forth along the screen and figure it out.
What a nice casual play this is. Isn't it nice? And the thing is you're still having fun with this game, right? Even though you've beaten it, I don't know, 10, 20, 50 times, it's still fun.
Yeah, it's still fun. It's still like I don't take it incredibly seriously. This is one of my like my warm up or cool down or kind of chill out games.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, I feel like playing some Turtles. The really good Mikey shot from the first episode right here, where he's flying through the air with the nunchucks for the
Oh, yes.
cutscene. Yeah. So it's really cool. It's super fun. It's super chill. I like it because it's relaxing and not incredibly challenging.
Crazy fish here. Yeah, this level's a little tough. The Technodrome level it can still pose a little bit of a challenge, especially if you're just like
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
try and
yeah. Like I'm
shortcut
not
your
saying
way
it's a
there.
no challenge game, especially if you're a kid.
Yeah.
But if you've been through this a few times, you get the basic idea. And even if you're rusty and not feeling great, maybe you'll be fine. Like it's not a big
Oh yeah.
deal.
Exactly. I doubt it. Is
Like
there
if
a?
I fall off these logs, it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say I doubt it, but is there a specific count when that pizza comes out? Kind of like how in Turtles One for Nintendo, the sub weapon pops. It's almost like maybe what 8 or 10. I'm trying to pick up the pattern here. It looks like you get a
I
pizza
don't
after every
know.
kills.
I think the pizza pattern is fixed,
Okay.
as in like whatever enemies are going to give you pizza are going to give you pizza in every game,
Okay.
and there's no other pickups in the
Okay.
game. So you already have your shuriken from when you're ducking,
Hmm.
and those are unlimited. So the only
Oh,
problem I'm having with this level right now is it's hard to line up with those fish when I'm underwater because they can attack from some weird angles and approach in
yeah.
some weird way. So you see, like I get bit by a couple of those, but even having taken a few hits already, it's still fine. The world isn't coming to an end.
Right.
So I got a pizza, and that gives me back two of those. And if I just chill out and be a little patient here, instead of just trying to run through everything, like as soon as I see someone, just kind of stop and take it all in,
Oh yeah.
then it's easier to defend against everything. If you want to make it harder, then just go ahead and like just keep walking forward and try and speed run it. It doesn't matter. Like stuff will keep spawning,
Yeah.
and you can just keep walking forward. Cave time.
And it's funny because
So
I
we're trying to make our way toward the Technodrome here in the story. So we've gone out of the city and through that river and into a cave. So we know exactly where we're headed.
so when did you first know you could actually hit like those little like I don't know, I used to call them balls or mines without taking any damage? Because I always tried dodging these. Like I never even thought as a kid to attack those.
Oh, I don't really remember. I might have just tried it as a kid and
Okay.
just to see what would happen. And it just worked. And I said, "Oh, cool," and just kind of moved on with my life. So
Yeah, because it makes life so much easier, and I'm very shocked that who you'll be combating against within a few minutes here. I was shocked that this character was next. To be honest with you, the first time I played it.
oh yeah, for sure. So you see, I'm playing with Mikey here. He's swinging his chucks around, but again, the attack swoosh is still the same. Doesn't matter what character you're playing as. So it is a really efficient use of resources for a Game Boy game to do it that way. I think Konami lucked out having 4 characters that all look the same.
That's true too, yeah, especially before even though they were doing it during the video, the cartoon era, yeah, back on the cover of the Nintendo game, it's the one with all 4 masks too. They all had the 4 red colors, and I think Adams was the one who showed us too on our gaming series, where when you fight Shredder at the end, you go back to the red mask, no matter who you are. Oh, here we are. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Wow,
the devil, there he is. He is a little tough too. He'll chase me all around to the edge of the mat, and I gotta like be very careful. I gotta be right on the edge of his hitbox when I hit him, because he will chase me down like this. There we go, and he will teleport like you saw. But if I just hang out right on the edge and just hit him, like, you got to know your hitbox really well there, otherwise you're going to take a lot of damage. But even if you do like make a couple of mistakes, you'll be fine. So I made a couple of mistakes playing this yesterday. So this looks kind of like the second episode of the series right here. This episode, this screenshot of the Technodrome with the turtles down there.
Oh yeah, and just like Turtles 3, they jump into that, I think, in the Manhattan Project.
Oh yeah, they do that in Turtles 3 and Turtles 4.
Oh yeah.
And what? Hyperstone Heights also, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's our buddy again. This guy is in so many video games, and he only appeared in one episode. I'm so glad NECA gave Roadkill Rodney an action figure.
Exactly. So we're in the Technodrome now. This I keep hitting these Roadkill Rodneys a little early. And what I want them to do is actually jump over me, and I'll just hit them while they're jumping over me. But I'm just reacting like too quickly. So that time it didn't work because I had the rockets there at the same time. But if I get one just jumping over me, I can kind of keep him stun locked by hitting him out of the air and then hitting him as he falls back. So this is some pretty neat music. Not music I would expect to hear inside the Technodrome, but it does feel kind of like, hey, we're doing good.
Oh yeah.
And we're getting close to our goal sort of music.
No,
so here we go. Bink, and then bink, like that. So if I just kind of stay close to him and do that, then he can't get a chance to turn around and shock me or anything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I didn't even see him turn around and do his little wrap around with his arm or laser.
Yeah, he didn't have time. He was stun locked the whole time. Oh, that worked before. Oh well.
I forget, in this game,
I gave me like everything in that room right there, you see? So it gets a little challenging at the end, but there's a pizza here, it's fine.
No, they try to take care of the kids. If you lose a turtle and you keep playing, I know in the second Game Boy they give you an opportunity to rescue turtles. I can't recall. Do they give you that in this one, or?
I don't remember any opportunities to rescue turtles in this, unless it's in one of the bonus games I never play.
Right.
So that's a good question.
Okay. I can't recall, because I usually
now we're getting toward the second part of the Technodrome. We got the Turtles theme playing. So he got too far away there, so I went ahead and jumped to kind of lure that Roadkill Rodney into jumping.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets nuts.
So he doesn't stop and like throw that electrical rope at me. I want him to jump.
Yeah, this can be tough even for a first time game writer. They are just throwing everything at you, including the kitchen sink.
Yeah, so if you just take your time, though, it'll be fine. Just be patient. The Ninja, one of the meanings of it is patience, so just be patient. They're Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, because if you keep going too
fast,
fast,
jump over those spikes as they come through. They don't make noises like cars, so you got to like be more careful. They also come from overhead sometimes too, and you got to duck them. But we're almost to the end of this one. Yo. Yeah, so going through, you got the Technodrome theme here. Yeah, don't jump over that. You probably could have just stood there and not gotten hit at all. But I feel safer ducking. Another pizza, just in case that was a little hard for us. But it looks like we picked up the pattern now.
What I'm noticing too in this game compared to the second one is like the auto spawn of the mousers will keep coming if you stay on the screen. In this game, it looks like if you just stand still and nobody's on screen, nobody's attacking you. I like how you have to kind of force the engagement of the enemy to come on screen.
Yeah, that's part of like where it was so that's part of the Kung Fu inspiration. Kung Fu on NES. So, which I think was like Spartan X in Japan.
Have you ever beaten that one before? How many levels is Kung Fu? I think I've heard of it.
Like 5 or 6. It's been like 20 years since I've
Okay.
completed that game.
Here he is. What a I enjoy
Right?
seeing him as the final boss. Just to be, I mean, I think it's great. You know, it's like you want to in the finals, you play Game Boy. You want Shredder, you go in every other game.
Right. So what I'm doing right now, if he gets all the way to the left there, he's gonna do this jump kick that goes across the screen if he walks all the way to the right and goes to the wall. So I'm trying to hang out back here and just not bait him, not crowd him so much that he feels like he has to do that big jump kick at me. So that's why I'm hanging out back here. I'm just luring him in and then just bop, very like deceptive. So I just beat him real easy that way. If you try and chase him down and button mash, you're just gonna get kicked all over the place.
And I believe that is it. I like the little portal they got there too.
We are here to save April. I guess she was being held in the Technodrome. We got that first episode, Mikey untying her from the chair.
Which is turned into
we have the Technodrome. I think it just sinks in this one.
Yeah. Similar to there was a season ending that did that. I think it was might have been season 2 where it shrinks down and that's nails in the Mongols. Yep.
Yeah. They went down to the Earth's core at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, epilogue. Right. So this is the same epilogue as the arcade version. Freak the Foots, mangled the Mousers, and totaled the Technodrome. That's Turtle Power. The Japanese version of this says basically the same thing. Like, hey, we did it. What happened to Shredder and Krang? Who knows? You know, sort of thing. Did they escape? But we did get a more colorful version here, you know. But what happened to Shredder and Krang? Turned to toast, vaporized to milkshake, or escaped to Dimension X.
I always thought that milkshake was just such a wacky line, but I always had a vision of a milkshake after I read that when I first beat Turtles 2 with my cousin and we read that. We're like, what the heck?
a little milkshake with a Shredder helmet on top.
Yeah, exactly.
A little pink one next to it. Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds, shells. So that's it. It runs the credits afterwards. The credits run to, I think, the Turtles theme.
Full game in less than a half hour. Sewer, is there anything else you'd like to say about this game as we bring this podcast in for a landing?
This segment, the only thing I really gotta say is if you got a chance to play this game, you got the Cowabunga collection, like give it a shot. It's a cool little casual thing to play. If you have a Game Boy, you can find this for cheap at some retro game shop. Grab it. It's a good, solid little title.
I agree. And if for some reason you are struggling, you do have the rewind feature in Cowabunga, the Cowabunga collection, the Figure Out the Pen. So, Sewer Bushido, you do stream a lot. You love video games. Where can people find you if they want to catch you live?
Yeah, Sewer Bushido is my name pretty much everywhere where you want to find content about Sewer Bushido. So twitch.tv/Sewer Bushido, you can find me. Yesterday, before recording this, the last stream I did, I was playing some Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, but I've been playing a lot of Turtles lately.
Awesome, good stuff. And you also are on YouTube too, right? If people want to see some past runs and past streams.
Yeah, I put some select clips and runs and stuff like that, streams and whatnot on YouTube as well as a selection of other things that I might want to put on YouTube.
All right, and then there's the DM with a question mark, thinking that trying to trick us gamers if there was a second loop, because a lot of games for Nintendo did have that second loop, but on this one there is none. We're one and done. We beat this faster than our pizza's coming here, and a pizza delivery less than 30 minutes on this show. Sword, thank you so much. We hope to see you again real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.